Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Sunday, August 10th, 2025 for the lower 48 United States. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about the climatic outlook as well as the tropics, as well as the models going into next week in the middle of August here. We're in the dog days of summer, as you can see here in the lower 48 United States on this August 10th. We have heat building in the northeast, the southeast, nothing new there. The Midwest, upper Midwest, and the Intermountain West will all be experiencing heat temperatures above 10 to 15 degrees above average in the Great Lakes. So Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, back over toward Minneapolis, St. Paul. Watch out for heat this week through Wednesday and Thursday of this upcoming week. Out west, things cool down a bit here. We have a different type of flow coming in here. So anywhere from Phoenix, Tucson, west to San Diego, back up to LA. Hello to you in the Inland Empire, Oxnard, Fresno, Bakersfield, back up toward Las Vegas. You're going to be below average. And hello to our friends in Pacific Northwest as well. Seattle, Tacoma, Bellingham, down towards the Puget Sound, up into the gap there between Portland, Vancouver. You guys are going to be below average as temperatures go for the next 6 to 10 days as the climatic outlook goes. Now, the hurricane season is heating up. No surprise there. Typically, the week our peak hurricane season around September the 11th. So exactly 1 month out from the peak of activity between September and October. And we have some action out here in the Atlantic. Now, this next wave that's just coming across the Cabo Verde, the Cape Verde Islands here, it's very strong and vigorous. This probably is going to get a name, Aaron. Our next name on the list is Aaron, and this storm here looks likely here, but it's looking to be curved and influenced by the Bermuda High once it gets north of the Lesser Antilles here. So we still have a lot of days to watch this system emerging off of Africa, but don't be surprised if it does get a name, Aaron, probably by the end of this week here, Friday, coming up in the week. Now, there's another storm here that's a couple hundred miles south of Bermuda, southwest of Bermuda. It's only given a 10% chance of development. As you can see, the convection around it is not strong. There is no defined core of low, and it's just a bunch of scattered showers off the Carolina coast here, anywhere from the Outer Banks down toward Charleston, North Myrtle Beach. That's the deal with that one. And we have this little trough here that's just nothing, just a tropical wave here that's X, yellow X here. So that's what we have. As far as the hazards today for August 10th, 2025, we're looking at a pretty sunny and uneventful day. We have a bunch of flash flood watches in green here for Kansas, Salina, Topeka, Kansas City, back toward the Quad Cities of Iowa and into Wisconsin. There is some concern there with a flood warning and concern anywhere from Wauwatosa, the southern suburbs of Milwaukee, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Be very careful. There is some, in that light green, there is some flooding occurring, street flooding occurring, and other things that may be occurring in that area. Now, down south here, back toward Charleston, North Myrtle Beach, Conway, South Carolina. Some of the rivers there are still elevated, and that's why we have this green all the way back into Savannah and Brunswick, Georgia. There's a flood watch in effect for there. And then up in the northeast, in the extreme northeast, Maine, there's a heat advisory in orange for Portland, Augusta area, back toward Houghton and the Canadian border. And then we have a heat advisory for Oklahoma, Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Norman, Enid, back toward Wichita Falls and the Red River Valley with Texas there. And out west, we have those same heat advisories extending into the central valley, San Joaquin Valley of California, the 99 and the 1 freeway coming down towards the LA basin. And then we also have some in purple, I should say, extreme heat warnings. That's for the high and low deserts of California. So anybody in 29 Palms, Needles, California, out toward that way, Lake Havasu, Arizona, Grand Canyon, Rim Country, Las Vegas, Henderson, Sparks, all that area, you get an extreme heat warning today. And like I said, that's going to last for the next couple of days. And so that's what we have as far as the hazards. So a pretty great Sunday, summer Sunday for most of the country. Even the SPC outlook, the storm prediction outlook, only has a slight 2 out of 5 risk, right, in yellow for hail and winds exceeding 58 miles an hour. This for eastern Colorado high plains, Kansas, western Kansas high plains, the panhandle of Oklahoma. That's going to be the target area for those straight line winds, hail, and possibly just a little low threat of tornado here. Only less than a 2% chance of a tornado developing, but you will see hail greater than 2 inches, winds above 60 miles an hour, with some of these storms bringing these gusts across ejecting out the Rockies into the plains. And so that's what we have in terms of that. Look at the models here for the GFS model for the lower 48 United States for August 10th and advancing it forward here, you can see we have those showers in the Gulf. The Gulf Coast is going to remain unsettled for the next couple of days here. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the Gulf Coast. Anybody from Jacksonville down to Palm Beach, Miami, over towards Naples, Tampa, Bradenton, Sarasota, back up to Tallahassee and the I-10 corridor in southern Georgia, you're going to remain unsettled with this showers for the next couple of days here as this low pressure system is moving off the coast here. It's going to bring more showers, continuing staying up towards Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Huntsville, and on into the Carolinas, western North Carolina, back towards Charlotte, Raleigh-Durham, the Triangle, back toward Nashville, and into Knoxville. Some of these areas are going to get this rain starting Tuesday, August 12th, according to the GFS model. Out west, it looks clear and hot. As I said, you're dominated by that heat low and upper level low there, and it's just going to bring the heat conditions to you out west through Tuesday. And as I advance it forward here, Wednesday, August 13th, the southeast gets kind of a break, kind of scattered popcorn showers here from Dallas, Fort Worth, back toward the I-20 corridor into New Orleans, Shreveport, Arkansas, but then it just shifts up into the Great Lakes area. So Cleveland, Indianapolis, Chicagoland, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, back into Canada, you're going to receive that rain on Wednesday. As the frontal boundary moves across, then Thursday, we get more showers coming across in the southeast here. So you notice the pattern. These showers are bringing around this high jet stream that's retreated well north and allowed this warm area. Just get these red isobars here, looking all the way up into Canada. Record highs are possible in Ottawa, Montreal, back toward the Champlain Valley, Green and White Mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, respectively. There could be challenging records here Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday as this heat dome takes effect here. Now, as we get toward the weekend here, Friday, August 15th, Saturday, August 16th here, you can see some showers continue to rebuild again, and this low pressure system forms off the southeast coast again, providing heavy storms from Savannah, Brunswick, the low country of South Carolina, Beaufort, down to Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Daytona Beach, Cocoa Beach, Melbourne Beach, and over toward the I-4 corridor, Orlando, Lakeland, watch out. Altamont Springs, watch out. You can see strong showers continuing there in Florida on Saturday, August 16th. And you notice these showers bubble up here in the monsoonal flow, bubbles up again here in New Mexico. Once again, be very careful. West of I-25 in the mountains, the Sangre de Cristi Mountains and the Raton Pass. Rain showers extend up into Denver, back over towards Arizona, Tucson, Phoenix, the Oro Valley, Sierra Madre, back into Mexico on Saturday, August 16th. Now, as we advance it forward here, we don't have any big, real major storms here that's going to be happening here. Just kind of pulses and waves of rain that continue to affect the southeast and the mid-Atlantic and most of the eastern seaboard here for the most part. These are going to be mostly eastern loaded showers and storms and fronts through August 22nd, Friday here, according to the GFS model. Very vigorous system here. 2 Fridays, 2 weeks from now, that comes in supposedly with the GSS system. And we see down here in the corner, we see that system that I talked about that could be Aaron just now coming into the picture here. This looks like a well-developed low pressure that could even be a hurricane here coming in here. That's 2 weeks from now, August 22nd. So something to look out for as the GFS model has a hurricane coming up closer to Bahamas here. A very strong hurricane here, pulling closer to the coast of Florida and to the eastern coastline, and it could be pulling out toward Bermuda here. A very strong millibar, 995 millibar hurricane. Could be a Category 3 major hurricane here. Sometime August 24th, late in that year, late in the month of August here, the GFS model is developing a hurricane. This is not set in stone, but like I said, that could be Aaron or it could be the next name after that, depending on how the other two develop here, the other two waves develop here. So just something to keep toward the end of the month. Keep in mind if you have any travel interest in Bermuda or the Carolinas. Possibly want to keep that in mind. And it looks to be a frontal boundary here that's going to be interacting with it. So it could either stay off the coast and impact Bermuda to some way, or it could, it's just too early to tell as this is 2 weeks out. But the GFS model is hinting from Sunday, August 24th to Monday, August 25th, toward the end of the month, that there could be a hurricane activity here off the coast of America. So a couple hundred miles east of the Carolinas here, mainly affecting Bermuda, but it's possible Bermuda could have a brush with a system that could be a Category 3 or a strong Category 2 hurricane here. As you can see, deep isobars here later on in the month. We could have, and that would be our first hurricane and even first major hurricane of the year. So look out for that between Sunday, August 24th and Monday, August 25th. 2025 toward the end of the month that we could get our first hurricane, not to affect the United States, but it could affect Bermuda and other maritime interests out there, possibly some of the Bahamas too, depending on if it turns away with the Bermuda High, or if the Bermuda High shifts and allows it to come a little bit closer to the states. Just something to keep in mind. Thank you for listening to the Weather Guru podcast for Sunday, August 10th, 2025 for the lower 48. Please leave your questions and comments. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get the latest notifications when we go over the weather forecast for your area. Take care, blessings. I'll talk to you soon.